that Legend can have and does have. And we're going to Suzaku. We're changing everything up. We're changing the 2v2 teammates. We're changing the Legend picks. We're changing which maps we're going to, Flambeau. Here in game 1 of Elim Finals, we're going to Suzaku Castle.
Yeah, you rarely ever see this stage. It's pretty much like forbidden by a lot of 2v2 players just because of how small the base stage is you have to work with. You're pretty much feeling claustrophobic the entire time. The action does not stop here. I mean, look at these teams trading blows right now. Vortex trying to get a pretty extended punish on the Seijaru there. Stuffs him out of his dodge as well. One stomp. Oh, does it to the wrong side. That could have been the stop for Seijaru there.
There's the sidelight desig coming out from Vortex, catching like the dodge down right after that sidelight hits. He's not going to go for the extended sidelight, delight, side air or recovery, depending on where he is. There's the ground pound. He's just going to fall to it there. And there's a recovery from Sire. That's going to be a KO as well. We have a very volatile first game. How far are we into this game? We're only 50 seconds into this game, and we've already had 3 stocks lost.
Yeah, Arrow just kind of having a bit of a tech flub there, just missing the side of the wall. Ends up throwing that stock away. But despite that, I mean, things are still pretty close here. That side air from Arrow is going to go ahead and bring stock count back to even. They're trying to get some pressure on the Vortex here. That's a nice little start. You know, great damage. That Barber already in the orange. The red teams look pretty good right now.
Yeah, it seems like this red team at least has a little bit of a game plan, even just with like the sidelight neutral air from Eero's Lance. That's going to set up for the juggle follow-up from Seijaru, coming in with the neutral air, potentially for the pass or the recovery. Just going to charge that one up, get the KO off of it too. And there's the answer back from Seijaru with the ground pound on the left side, taking out Vortex.
Yeah, a bit surprised that pretty much fully charged side sig connected, but hey, sometimes, especially on a small stage like this, it's hard to figure out where to move even to get out the way, because you don't want to put yourself out stage necessarily. But I mean, with that said, could be really bad for Sire. Loses that stock maybe here. Yeah, won't be able to dodge. The walls are too high up on this stage, and now we have final stocks for everyone but Seijaru here, as Arrow and Vortex have the brunt of the damage.
Yeah, we'll see if they can get this stock on a Seijaru. They attempted it on the right side, but then Eero moved in after Sire got the major hit. He's going to be looking for the side air. There's the in-light. Great interruption from Eero, and not even just a one-piece. He gets a two-piece sidelight neutral air. That's the true combo option coming off of Lance as well. So not only a well-timed punish, but a great choice in the punish that he did. Seijaru finally going to lose this stock. See if they can get it off of Eero. Unfortunately, Vortex wasn't ready with like a major impact move. He just hit the neutral air. Eero's going to survive a little bit longer, but he really can't take anything.
Yeah, this one is like kind of a close game. That Stomp Sayer's gonna go ahead and make it not so close though. But I mean, Seijaru, if he doesn't get team comboed here, actually has a decent amount of damage racked up to both members of the blue team. Get like a D-Light side air, force someone off stage. Oh, you burned your...
Man, that's the second time.
Wow, okay, no huge punish on Seijaru there. I thought he was gonna take way more punishment for burning his dodge, but blue team unable to capitalize. Sidelight recovery almost enough. One more of those, and that might be game, but hold on, does Seijaru get a chance? He does not. Too many options burned.
Nice.
Pushing him further and further off the stage. The weapon throws forcing him away. The wall way too short on Suzaku Castle to even have a chance at coming back. I love the way they played that.
Yeah, that was a great follow-up from Vortex there, and that was after he missed 2 follow-ups off of like back-to-back neutral signatures coming out of Sire that ripped the opponent Seijaru out of the air, and he just wasn't ready. One time he was too close, I think, with the spear neutral light by the time that came out, and then I can't remember the other follow-up that he attempted off of it as well. But then right there at the ending, he was there to follow up off of Sire, also there with all of the follow-ups with the weapon tosses after to secure the KO and guarantee that without risking virtually anything from himself.
Oh, and then we're going back to Suzaku Castle for game number 2. I'm surprised.
Yeah, it's definitely a bold move to go back onto this one and leave it as an option after you've lost. Maybe they can turn things around here. These double axes from the red team coming out, hopefully swinging. They already have Sire in the red, so yeah, that's straight up 150 damage so quickly into this game. Not even 25 seconds by the time they hit it.
Yeah, Sire one good swing away here. Arrow throwing out that down sig, tries to get an end light on the Vortex. It's not going to connect. Sire picks up an axe. Down sig going to come out from Vortex as well. Not going to be enough to KO though. That Bryn down sig not having the most force, but definitely tacks on a good chunk of damage. So it's only a matter of time. The end sig gets interrupted by Sire. That actually would have been a stock on a Seijaru, but it doesn't matter. They're going to clean it up right here maybe with an edge guard. We get a weapon throw. No, they actually just let Seijaru
Vortex
get back.
disengages. He doesn't do anything after that. No ground pound, no weapon toss, nothing. I think he was worried about everything that was potentially on stage. The weapon toss goes down. There's the recovery coming out from Vortex. The D-Light into the ground pound. Weapon toss goes through as well. They still can't get this stock off of Vortex. He's still holding on to his first one. Just now proccing into red, but there's the recovery off the top, and that one's surely going to do it.
And now things, you know, still slewing pretty even here. I mean, Vortex and Sire, you know, already with the game lead, trying to extend to that 2-0 position here. Huge opportunity off stage. Seijaru almost gets the turnaround. You can see Vortex running away, but still hasn't touched the ground yet, has no options, runs to Sire, and that gives an opportunity to finally refresh some of those options here. But, oh my gosh, the Rayman Classic will never do you wrong as we get a clean wipe of both members of the blue team there. We have a really strong position for Arrow and Seijaru to come out on top of this game.
Yeah, this is red team putting themselves in a great spot, and a fantastic follow-up there off of the recovery, or excuse me, off of the neutral air coming out from Vortex, off of the unarmed kit, and Sire was able to find the axe recovery to turn that into a KO rather than just a little bit more damage. See if they can get this off of Eero. They're adding up the damage. The sidelight comes through with the interrupt from Seijaru. No neutral air follow-up, no KO option. GC instinct coming out from Eero. No. Not going to be as liberal with the signatures that we saw from the previous Ulgrims in our sets.
Oh my gosh, you can see how hard it is to regain control of the stage once either member is kind of in a juggle state here. Can Seijaru make it back? Hits with the back end of recovery, but gets disarmed. Sire can't get it back here. The recovery from Vortex is going to be the save, and Sire is still going to be in this game. Well played here. Vortex and Sire trying their absolute hardest to see if they can get this game too, but they have a lot of work to do here. Arrow has so much health to work with.
The chainsaw, you saw it start to come out. This red team wants to find a stock, hopefully on Seijaru, so they can force the man advantage against Eero. Can Sire get back? Yes, he does. The weapon toss with the sidelight side air from Eero. All of a sudden, the red team has turned this around. They have the man advantage.
Oh, I don't know how Vortex brings this one back. Can get Seijaru, but Arrow still has quite a bit of health to work with. These weapon throws are going to come out aggressively here from the corner, and Vortex almost gets taken out there. There
nice.
It is. The end light's going to do it. Yeah, Arrow tried to get the D-light recovery, and the recovery just narrowly missed. But this is another case of a game going to game 3. I mean, we've had pretty even head-to-heads the entire time in this top 4.
I love that corner guard that the red team was doing at the end, where Eero was sort of taking the lead, and then Seijaru was there. Like, Eero was being a little bit dangerous in that moment, but it was calculated danger, and that if he got hit, here comes Seijaru. All it would take is like one move, whether it's a recovery if the opponent goes really high, or if it's just an interruption right there, like right on the corner of the stage, which it ended up being. Then all it takes is an in-light from Seijaru to come in, just a dash in light, something safe. So using his teammate as bait and having that, you know, as the game plan for the red team, I think worked out for them really well at the end, because it let Eero exert pressure, and then Seijaru was that pressure release valve in case they needed it.
Yeah, no, this is crazy to me, because we have gone to Seijaru's castle the entirety of the set, which I'm like, dang, no Fortress of Lions, no, you know, really anything, dude, that has a platform, a Western Air Temple, something. Instead, they just want to duke it out on the stage, which is just so uncommon.
I feel like it's everybody gains something from this stage, because you have Taros, of course, so you're going to find early KOs here. You have a low strength Kaya, so the bow recoveries are going to KO a little bit earlier than they might normally on like a Fortress of Lions type stage. Neutral signature for the first KO. See if Vortex clean this up, or if the red team's going to get out of dodge here. There's the ground pound full team wipe. But then you also have, like, you have if I'm looking at the red team, like, I'm liking their options as well. If we're looking at like sidelight side air on the Lance, that's like one less time you have to get their dodge.
No.
Oh no! Some team damage with the ground pound. The ground pound from Eero is going to send Seijaru's down, and then he's going to lose a stock right after that. That's tough.
Yeah, it's just so hard to feel like you have enough space on a stage like this, but they're trying their best here. I mean, of course, game 3 always ends up being one of the most important games, best of 5, because you really do get that bit of mental reprieve going into that game number 4. And here's an opportunity. Oh, Vortex fighting his way back onto the stage. It's like, both members of the blue team. Nope. As I say that, Seijaru finds that side sig, been having a lot of success with that gravity cancel outside sig. But, oh wow, Vortex gets that conversion. That was sick.
Yeah, I thought that recovery was going to be just a little bit too late, but no, he was able to grab it in time. There's the in-light from Seijaru on a Sire. Grab it both on that side light, but he only hits the recovery on a Sire. Nice turnaround from Sire as Eero chased into the sky. We're pretty even here. Sire is maybe about halfway through this stock, a little bit under 100 damage, now over 100 damage on this. The stomp barely missing from Sire. Vortex and Seijaru going at it on the right side. Vortex getting tossed around.
Nice.
That's going to be the stock. See what they can do in this moment. Sire running all over. He has nowhere to really go. It's Suzaku, but he only took one hit that entire time.
Yeah, Sire in the danger zone. The side sig almost enough to get the knockout here. Gonna have to burn a lot to come back. It looks like they aren't gonna try to edge guard him though. Instead, kind of prioritizing getting some more damage on the Vortex, recognizing that Sire will come. And so at this point, you know, Arrow just needs to hang on a little bit. Seijaru doing such a great job of holding on to that second stock. And that's going to be a punish on the Vortex. There goes Seijaru, but I mean, it might be a little bit too late here. Yeah, that side air, not enough. I'm surprised, honestly. One more, though, will definitely be enough.
Yeah, that's a couple times Sire has like barely escaped, where if anything was a little bit more to the right, whether it's Seijaru's skateboard that he's sliding across the stage on, or the side airs. This time that side air is going to do it, and Vortex is in the 1v2. This is going to be really tough for him. He's behind in damage. He's the most damaged in this game so far. A win here would give them so much confidence and momentum and give them the set lead, but is it enough? There's the side air. Celebratory neutral signature coming out from Eero.
Okay, there's the pass. Vortex. Wow.
He jumps right into it.
Wow. I honestly did not expect that. I mean, held down that down sig for, and kind of early, right? That it's like, oh, you're going to wait. Nope. Just hovers right into, and sometimes you get caught because a lot of players will just tap the button. And then once they see that it doesn't hit, you know, like they just let it go and then you're able to get a punish on that. And that's kind of where the inherent mix-up comes from holding it down. But also, I feel like if you're trying to make a 2v1 clutch happen, you just got to assume he's holding it.
Yeah. I think he tried to get around, and it looked like he expected that chainsaw to go away, but no, Eero just held it out there. Again, kind of doing the same thing that they were doing in the previous game. Like if you're holding the chainsaw out there, like yeah, you're gonna end up being bait while that's happening. But then that's what Seijaru's there for. Like that's what the man advantage like means in that moment. So Eero can do that and risk danger because then Seijaru's gonna come right behind him on any punish that might come up from Vortex.
And so now we finally have a change of scenery, right? On the Fortress of Lions, we have that platform there to go ahead and try to turn things around here. Vortex and Sire on the back foot, set point for Eero and Seijaru here. And starting off in this game on the floor, damage looks pretty even across the board. We're going to see who's able to get that first stock. Great interruption coming out from Eero there, but Seijaru, oh, that downer did not hit from Vortex. That would have been key. Would have gotten the first stock with that one.
Yeah, Seijaru was able to stay low enough on that wall that he didn't get hit by the downer, but he does have to worry about these juggles. I mean, both members of the red team have to worry about the juggle. Vortex is juggling Seijaru, Sire is juggling Eero, former teammates juggling each other. There's the neutral air finally taken off the top of Fortress of Lions. And even though we're on a map with much higher ceiling, it didn't feel like it took super long. Back-to-back inlights, doing a little bit of team damage here, but the red team's not able to follow up off of it. Nice. Overspacing the side sig. There's the stomp side air. Perfect punish coming out from Sire.
Okay. So all things considered, it was Seijaru and Eero a little bit on the back foot, but not for much longer here. Vortex, though, you know, with that Kaya defense, it's going to be sticking around probably longer than they'd like. An opportunity for some team damage, doesn't get full capitalization. Seijaru trying to make a playoff stage here, going for the ground pound. The other ground pound for the coverage. Oh, but Seijaru misses one of his hitboxes. They still get at least one of the members of the blue team, though. So that's huge worth. The down sig on the call out on the gravity cancel side sig. Also going to put Seijaru and Eero right back in this. Now they actually have a lead.
So that's one of the scary things about bow neutral air as like a savior tool for your teammate, is it literally just sends straight up. It's not like a hammer neutral air that can send like potentially at an angle or bounce off the wall or anything like that. It's just like straight up. So that if a ground pound comes in and you go to save with the neutral air, you're just gonna send them right back into another ground pound right after that.
Yeah, no, I mean, you could see it's just like, oh, you're gonna send them up, I'm gonna send them back down. And especially even that double ground pound coverage made it so difficult to get back here. A bit of a team conversion from Eero and Seijaru. They're really heating things up here. Sire needs to hang on. You know, at least Vortex has another stock, but maybe not anymore after he uses it right there. Sire just trying to run away, doesn't have a weapon, completely disarmed. Gonna have to play this defense perfectly, but getting caught by the side air there. This is looking like it might be it for Sire and Vortex.
Sire's gonna have to find a way to make an impact in this game while still playing defensively. He's just been stuck over on the wall. Vortex is doing his best, but Sire's without a weapon. That's the dodge gone as well. In comes the D-Sig coming in from Seijaru. The jump sider just barely missing, and Sire's back over on the wall. Here's the sidelight neutral air to interrupt Vortex onto Seijaru. There's the side sig, sending Vortex over. Eero looking for the chase, looking for the landing punish.
No
the
way.
sidelight just barely missing.
You can see Sire going for a hammer play here. Gonna get it right there with the recovery. Arrow immediately dodging to the wall. Has to get around this hammer, and we're not getting any help from Seijaru. Instead, Seijaru securing the stock on a Vortex, and now we have the 2v1 here. Sire stomps their away on both members of the red team, though, from bringing this game back. This could go to game 5. Nope, it's not gonna happen. Arrow and Seijaru close out that game. That Ulgrim down sig gonna be the final nail in the coffin to secure themselves a spot in the grand finals.
Yeah, I don't even know if he has enough time to pick up a stomp Sire. Like, he would have to hit one member of the other team away and then hit the stomp Sire. Otherwise, like, I feel like he's going to get punished.